Back now on Forsyth County Connections, and fire safety is an important topic, so we want to cover that. We want to talk about it a little bit in detail, and Bob Buwalda is here, Assistant Fire Marshal for the county, and we thank you for taking time. I know you're busy, but thanks for stopping by to help us on this.
Yes, sir.
All right, first of all, let's talk about the different kinds of fires that civilians might use. And one that you sent me an email about is what's called a recreational fire. Give me an example of that.
Yes, sir. So this is your general backyard, sit around, roast a marshmallow kind of fire.
Okay.
Generally defined by a 3-foot diameter and no taller than 3 foot.
And is there a certain distance, something like this, like you said, you want to roast marshmallows or have hot dogs or something out in the backyard, does it have to be a certain distance from a house?
We want it to be 25 foot away from a structure.
Okay. Now, what you also sent me something about bonfires and trying to understand the different types of things. How would you define that civilians will do a bonfire in their yard or somewhere? What's a bonfire? Give me an example.
So a bonfire would be for ceremonial purposes. So whether like a church youth group is getting together, having a fire, that's going to be defined as a bonfire. Any kind of large gathering or something like that, that would be classified as a bonfire.
Then some people also do use what's called a fire pit.
Right.
So talk about that.
So fire pits are designed to make your outdoor fire safer. It gives a defined perimeter to the fire.
It can be a brick thing, or
it can be brick, it can be metal, it can be something you purchase, it can be something you build.
So Bob, this would kind of go back, circling back to the roasting marshmallows or hot dogs. You would, I'm going to put words in your mouth, correct me if I'm wrong. You would prefer, if I was going to do something like that, hey kids, come on, we're going to do hot dogs. You'd prefer that we have a fire pit rather than just sitting out in the middle of the yard, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, your fire should be contained in a fire pit.
Are there certain regulations about fire pits that we should keep in mind in terms of, like you said, not just size, but time of day or whatever?
So it has to comply with the county burn guidelines. Only natural vegetation originating from your property. So you can't, if you're a landscaper, somebody can't bring in branches and debris from other people's properties.
Okay.
Has to be from your property. Only natural products, so no trash, no construction debris.
So I can't, even if it's my own house, I can't just say, hey honey, come on, we're going to burn some trash out in our backyard. You don't want us to do that.
No trash burning.
All right. And what about yard waste, like limbs and stuff?
Yes, you can burn that.
You can do that.
Yes.
You also mentioned something to me earlier about something called a nuisance fire. What did you mean by that?
So, certain atmospheric conditions make the smoke lay low, or maybe it's a little breezy, and the smoke becomes a nuisance to your neighbors.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now you're affecting other people.
Correct.
What kind of fines can I face if I violate some of the things you've been talking about?
That really truly depends on the circumstance and how many times we've been to see you.
So if I keep ignoring you, I've been doing some open burning, and you've told me 3 times now not to do it. I mean,
right? Yeah. So we can come at you with some kind of civil penalty. The Forestry Service may be involved, as well as environmental protection.
All right. Now, Bob, how can I learn more about fire safety and things going on? Where do you like people to go to?
The county has a great website, a great resource about open burning in the county.
Yeah.
As well as your local fire stations would have pamphlets and all kinds of information for you. You can always reach out to us anytime.
Again, as I said, I appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. I know you got a lot to do, but it's important that we take a few minutes to talk about some of these safety issues, and I hope people will go and check out the websites. Thanks, Bob.
Yes, sir.